Welcome to Under the Covers.
Where all of our cards are on the table, whether we meant to play them or not.
I'm Bill.
And I'm James.
We're the founders of Iowa Cover Crop, and we disagree about nearly everything.
These are the same conversations we've been having for years.
It starts with farming and usually ends up somewhere else.
No script, no sales pitch, no guarantees we're right.
To keep this from turning into a 3-hour debate, we play a game of cribbage while we talk.
When the game's over, the episode is over.
Somebody's probably wrong.
Someone's definitely losing. This is Under the Covers.
Hey, live.
From under the bell tower, Studio 112.
In the shadow of the Mahaney Bell Tower, it's Under the Covers. Welcome, everybody.
Hey, welcome. Bill, what have you been up to
Geez,
lately?
last time I saw you, you were slaying crappies on the pond.
It was good.
That was fun.
About 9-10 inches of ice, and we went, Friday night?
Friday night?
Saturday night?
Saturday night?
We discovered a new beverage, Pabst Light.
Better than you'd expect.
Yeah, pretty good.
That's their motto. Better than you'd expect.
That should have been their motto. Because then people can make fun of the motto and be like, it is better than I expected.
Oh, that's a good cut to start out.
Jack 4, let's go. Your deal.
No, your deal. Low card deals.
Oh, low card deal.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, we were going.
We were doing water quality checks. That's what we told our wives. We were checking the water quality in Greene County, making sure the fish populations were happy and healthy.
Yeah, so we're at my dad's pond. The water, so it's tile fed, and water was running out of it, and we had quite a bit of moisture. We had a bunch of snow in November and some rain in December?
Yeah,
end of December.
Big rain.
And so everything was running, and it's all good. All good.
Yeah, we caught some good fish. Got the kids out there, did a little ice skating. We had fun.
Yep.
It was a good time.
So talk to Megan about the podcast. This is number 4 in. And
you get flipped. And I get to lead. No. I already cut. You flip. God darn it.
I don't like this part of the rules.
I'll do this.
Okay.
You just
Okay, so we talked to Megan about the podcast, and there's 2 to start off.
Jeez.
And she thinks we should have a intro. And so we had talked about this a little bit before. So we're at Art of Aries. And what'd you have, 5 there?
Yeah, 15.
We have Art of Aries, where they do piano lessons here. And 2 of your kids do piano lessons, right?
Yep.
And 2 of my kids do. Do you call it piano or piano?
I've never heard anybody call it piano. That's new to me.
Don't you think that's how it should be? Do you think that's how it should be?
I don't think it should be maybe. Piano? I don't really understand English, so.
I haven't called Lee a pianist yet because I think if I call him a pianist, he might quit. He might quit. Yeah, so it's just not worth doing that, which, you really can't blame me. What a strange word, pianist.
But pianist sounds great.
Piano. You didn't expect that to happen. So they take piano lessons here, right?
Yeah.
This is what we're getting at. Yeah. And we think there needs to be some music in front of. And so what is our idea?
The idea is whatever the kids are working on that week, let them play a little sample for the intro.
Yep.
And we can, when this is a 10-year-old podcast, we'll be able to see how they progressed.
And I think it is just an excellent idea. And so right now, Lee is working on the blues one.
Oh,
blues
okay.
breakdown.
Yep.
Has Leah done that one?
I think yep.
Has Sherry mastered it?
It's kind of a loose term, probably,
for
a 7-year-old girl.
He does the blues breakdown pretty good, or whatever it's called. And Hazel she's 6, so she's learning. But so we're probably gonna have the blues breakdown this time from one of them.
Okay. Yeah.
And
we can just kind of work through them. That'd be fun.
Yeah, it will be fun. So yeah, that's kind of exciting. So we're just going to talk about piano on this podcast, if that's okay.
What we're really knowledgeable about. Did you ever play in band? I never played in a band.
I played in the band. I played trombone until 8th grade. Actually, till my freshman year, because my mother would not let me get my learner's permit unless I went out for an art.
Oh, I thought you were going to say your freshman year, she didn't want you to play trombone anymore because the crowd was so rough. There was a bunch of roughnecks.
Well, the crowd was rough, but the nice thing about piano is you can kind of like fake that. I was not very good at trombone. So you could kind of like fake like you're playing when you really weren't.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I bet you I only actually blew a note 10 to 15% of the time. I was just kind of sliding.
I don't know. I wish it's a regret of mine. I might take piano lessons sometime.
I was 3rd trombone out of 3, so that's pretty.
That's still on the podium.
Yeah, exactly. Did you do band or did you take piano lessons?
I sung in the choir in middle school.
Okay.
Realized I wasn't good at that either, and went a different path with my life.
So you aren't going to get in the Jefferson Scranton Fine Arts Hall of Fame this weekend?
Is that this weekend?
I think so.
I didn't even have it on my calendar.
Yeah, well, I heard on 98.9 on the way in. That's what's going on.
Oh, cool.
I'm sure all kinds of people tuned into this podcast too.
Hey, we should talk about what we were going to talk about.
Yeah, you don't think they don't want to hear about how horrible we are at fine arts?
I think they assume that we're probably pretty terrible at it.
All right, so
we are talking today about. So I went to what do they call it? They always used to call it the Farm and Power Show. It's called the Iowa Ag Expo now in Des Moines. Just a big expo. They have 1,000 vendors and they all try to sell you stuff. And it's usually pretty fun. It's it's cold. You can't do anything else. So it usually pulls a lot of farmers in. And this year, I feel like maybe was even a little different from years prior where, in a down ag economy, it's kind of tough to sell stuff to farmers. But
was there all the combines and big equipment there?
Yep.
Like it was all there.
You can spend as much money as you want there.
So how many combines did you buy?
A fellow neighbor or a neighbor farmer of ours, he likes to go there so he can see what equipment he's going to be running in 30 years. And that's kind of the same thing I do.
Yeah.
So
last year you bought something. I did. You bought something for the shop.
Bought the box bullet.
Yep.
The automatic Pro Box opener.
Yeah. So you can't say people don't go there and buy nothing.
That's true. That was the first and only thing I've ever bought there.
Yeah. So we had a booth there. Not really a booth. We helped Practical Farmers and their cover crop business accelerator program. And we were there manning the booth. I wasn't.
Me either.
Josh was one of our employees or sales
and one of
guy.
our dealers, Dan Miller.
Yep.
They did a great job. So we did that. And then actually there was a cover crop business accelerator meeting afterwards at one of the breweries in Des Moines. It was a nice event. Thanks to those guys for putting us up there. That was a lot of fun. Just kind of network with other people that are doing similar things to us. A lot of our dealers are in that group, and then a lot of people that we're not necessarily affiliated with that are doing kind of the same thing, just trying to get cover crops on the ground in Iowa. So pretty cool group.
So other than box bullets, what are you looking to buy this year? And what are you excited to buy? Or are you excited to buy anything?
I'll tell you what I usually have a list of...
Oh my gosh, what do I do here?
Things.
I don't know what to throw away.
I usually have a list of things that I'm kind of thinking, okay, I should buy this year. Because I usually try to buy, a couple things to make the farm a little more efficient every year, I don't think I have that list this year. The only thing I really have on my list is putting more fence in. That's the only thing I really have for investments.
That is always on my list of putting more fence in. Has been on my list for, 10 years.
You and I have a similar trait where we're really cheap and we hate buying iron.
Thing I'm excited, I want to buy this year is I've done in the past kind of a poor job managing my pastures, and I want to buy a better sprayer for my side by side.
Okay.
So that's what I'm actually kind of excited about.
Yeah.
Go, I can go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Every time it seems like you get a 15, the other person gets 31.
That's true.
Do I get some points there?
You get at least 2 goes, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I want to do a better job spraying my pastures this year. So I am going to, build a sprayer or do something just so I am sick of I'm getting a lot of Canada thistles, bull thistles, but then we're also getting, I don't know, they're kind of like I should like Google Lens them or something, but they're like kind of like a woody-ish species that have little burrs on, like buffalo burr. I think that's what they're called. Do you have those in your pasture?
I'd have to see it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, the cattle will not eat it at all. And they just hate it. And it needs to go. And so.
Oh, that does actually remind me. The bigger expense, I've been getting pretty excited about. Oh my gosh.
12.
How did I cut you a 2? That's ridiculous.
12. I think that's 12, right? 15, 2, 4, 6.
Yeah. Jeez.
That's 12.
Doubled your hand for you.
What were you saying?
I've been getting excited about GPS collars for some cows because I have a pasture that has some pretty crummy fence that I rent. It's kind of a timber pasture, so you never really know if the wind blows, it's going to blow a bunch of trees on it. Then you're going to have cows out the next day, and it butts up to the family orchard. It's actually the orchard family's pasture that they rent to me. And I'm petrified that my cows are going to get out and smash all the pumpkins and ruin Fall Festival. So I'm going to get some GPS collars for that group of cattle so that I have less anxiety in the summer.
I think there's equip money for GPS collars.
Yeah, there is. We had
Did
a
you
great.
apply?
I did apply.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Except they never know when rankings are and blah, blah,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. We'll probably be talking about this time next year that we applied.
Yeah, right.
And they haven't ranked us yet.
The Greene County Cattlemen's put on a great field day a week or 2 ago about GPS collars, and it drew in like 80 people, like crazy good attendance from all over.
So you're
people are excited about it.
So you're investing in technology.
I guess. Jeez. Sounds like way worse idea when you say it like that.
Yeah. Maybe the biggest technology has come to the cow-calf industry.
Right.
Possibly ever.
Yeah.
Since Rumensin or something.
Yeah, has a chance to really change the way people graze. And for us, the way it would kind of tie in is a lot of people want to graze cover crops, but there's no permanent fence around all these places that they're putting cover crops in, or their neighbor is putting some in and they don't have any cattle, and so they don't have any fence either. So these GPS collars actually playing pretty well to that.
Yeah. And the problem with, maybe a little bit of a problem, I mean, it's not that big of a problem, but that, guys are, let's say on our corn bean rotation, a lot of times, a lot of our customers, they do a winter kill species one year and then a winter hardy species like a rye the next year. Well, the problem is sometimes that winter kill species doesn't have enough growth to graze the next year. And so if you fence around a 160 or whatever, an 80, whatever it is, but you might only be able to graze it every other year. And so it's kind of a big investment for every other year grazing, where the collars, you could kind of
utilize it in a different field next year.
Different field next year. Next problem is water, but that's why you have a semi.
That's why I have a semi?
Yeah. Don't you like investing in a semi? Isn't that trucking?
That is my favorite thing to invest in.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
We're
23.
23. I had no idea where we're at. 20. So I was talking.
Yep. 29 and a pair.
Yeah, go.
Yeah. So I'm actually I'm usually not excited about technology. I'm kind of excited about that. Yeah, year cut. Yep. Oh, there's 2 points for this guy. Cut me a jack. Thank you. Yeah, so those are probably my 2 capital investments that I have coming. I'm not buying like a $200,000 beanhead or a $1 million combine. Not really on the list for this year, or probably any year. So, yeah.
Yeah, so Bill and I's operation are a little different. Bill actually, in our own farming operations, you own 2 combines.
Well, Dad owns one, and I bought one so that he could sell his, and then we just haven't yet because it's not worth anything, and it's kind of handy to have around.
So Bill has 2 combines. He tries to justify that he's like, well, yeah, but one is like, I don't use it.
I'm a big deal. That's what I'm trying to say.
It seemed like last year I saw that second combine kind of going a lot. Like Bill's out there with 2 cats kind of making a show.
Just making the neighbors talk.
And try to keep up with Bill. So Bill has 2 combines. And how many trucks?
3. One is for sale, has been for like 6 months.
Bill has 3
if you're out there looking for an old Volvo, call me.
The ACs do not work in any of them.
No AC.
And some of them, even the windows don't work that well.
That's true. One of them, the door doesn't shut all the time.
Drivers or passengers?
Drivers.
Well,
yeah.
Who cares about the passenger door?
Well, it comes in handy. Yeah.
So Bill's operation has harvesting equipment, and my operation, I don't own any harvesting equipment. I own 1 Parker wagon.
Yeah.
That's not even really a Parker.
It's an off-brand?
Yeah, that's the one that
Iowa
Cover Crop uses rent-free. It's green.
Yeah.
I bought that on a farm sale when I was 14, actually.
You and I, neither one of us like to spend money on equipment. I probably bite the bullet more because you hire a lot of your stuff done, which I have a hard time doing that. I have a hard time spending money on that.
I hire a lot of stuff. I hire all my custom farming done, and I also hire all our custom baling done. And Bill, it only really hurts for one time when you write the check.
Yeah. But once a year.
Every year.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the only time it hurts.
Don't screw this up.
I probably already did. So I hire my custom farming done, and my kind of rationale is so we'll put up silage and earlage and high moisture corn, and my rationale is I have to not only have a lot of equipment, but I also have to have a lot of labor. And for those feedstuffs, like timing's really important, because everything gets.
I got to run a 3 there, 29 for 3. And a go, and a go, and a go.
No,
Dang
31.
It.
This is a tight game.
This is a tight game.
All right, so I don't have very much equipment. I do plant my crop. I have a drill. I am I go through drills. I like to buy drills.
You go through drills.
I think I've bought 3 drills since we've been in business.
Yeah.
3 or 4. 4.
I've only bought 2, so.
Yeah. One time I did the strangest thing ever buying a drill. I actually bought a drill that was smaller so I wouldn't get so I didn't have the temptation to do any custom drilling.
Yeah. The key to owning a drill is not to tell anybody that you own a drill.
Yeah.
Because then you have to travel and go drill for people. But if, that's what a lot of our dealers do to sell seed, and it works great for them. But I am understaffed and at that time of the year, so I try not to tell people I own one. But
all right, so Bill is going to spend money on technology. I have spent money on technology as I have transitioned to organic. I've had to actually buy quite a bit of equipment, and so I had to buy cultivators, which kind of runs counterintuitive to like being a regenerative fellow like I am. So I do tillage with organic, but I've had to buy cultivators. I bought a nicer tractor because I was sitting in it a bunch, which was kind of annoying. I got to count. I got to think here. I can't do both at the same time. I'm not talented like you, Bill.
6.
Thank you for counting for me. So I've had to buy that, which is painful, but really, cultivators don't really depreciate that much either. So, and they don't have that many, like, they have wear parts, but like the parts really, like, they can't blow up. Like,
There's not a computer in them.
There's no computer. They're built the same now as they were from the 1980s, or whatever, 70s, 60s. They haven't really improved that much.
Yeah.
I mean, the cultivator people tell you they've improved, but
that's my favorite part about the Ag Expo, actually. There's at least 1,000 booths. Every single booth will pay for itself. The product they're selling will pay for itself in like 3 years or better. And so my theory is I'm going to buy one of everything some year there and raise like 800 bushel corn.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
All right. So let's talk about inputs that you spend money on. You're not a big fungicide guy. You never really have been, correct?
Right. Yeah. No fungicide. We're going to talk about oats next week. And I also don't use any nitrogen on my oats, which is pretty out there. But yeah, I am kind of a minimalist when it comes to inputs. And I don't know. I'm not broke yet, I guess. So we'll see.
And I would say I am more Maximus. Is that the opposite of minimalist?
I think so.
A Maximus on inputs. So I spend money on fungicide. I probably put too much nitrogen on. That doesn't help me at all.
I like it.
And so I try to get, if I can spend $10 to get 12, and it's like a sure 12, I'm going to spend that.
Yeah.
Even if it's low return.
Yeah, I just, I always have a hard time biting the bullet on, especially like fungicide, where it's like, it usually will probably pay you, but it's so expensive. And sometimes it's just not going to pay you back.
Yeah.
This year it did.
Yeah. Well, this year it paid enough back that you could do it for the next like 20.
Yeah, right. And this was the first year I've ever put fungicide on all my corn.
Oh, you did. You put it on everything.
Yep. And it paid off. Go.
Perfect.
So, yeah, I'm not like a hard nose about it. But I usually go out and scout fields, and if I don't see a problem, I have a hard time just doing it regardless. So if I don't see a problem, I'm not spraying fungicide.
Are you just giving yourself points already?
I got a 15, and then I gotta go.
Bowl. Boy, this thing is all tied up. This is tight.
Where are we going to? 70 here? Is that where we're going?
No, that's where at 70, that's where we tell people how close we are.
Oh, right.
Like, that's where we stop the podcast and be like,
yeah,
collaborate and listen right here.
You're going to want to quit before we count this hand, to be honest with you.
Really?
I got a doozy.
You got 5, 10, 15, 20. What happens if we not even close to finishing what we want to talk about in the podcast and you get like a 25?
Oh, yeah. Well, we can just go further.
Okay.
There's no rules.
Okay. Go ahead.
Your count.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have nothing. A pair.
Oh, that's embarrassing. I have a double run.
I don't even know what that's worth.
I got to think about it too. So 8.
Do you want me to just talk about stuff right now?
Yeah. 8 is 16 and another pair 18. I think that's 18. No 15, so.
I'm going to tell you something. Okay. How often do you regret something that you purchase? I'd say almost every time for myself. And it's really strange because what I like to spend money on cattle a lot. That's like if I have any extra money,
sure,
I'm buying something. I just bought some cows for the first time. We'll probably talk about those throughout the podcast because I'm completely new in the cow business. But I buy feeder cattle. Like every waking extra money I have on my operating line, I'll spend money or spend it on cattle.
You're what's called an addict.
That is an addict, yes. I don't gamble. I just feed cattle.
Yeah.
Big difference. But one thing recently I bought this 2 springs ago is I bought a sickle mower, and I was like, I'm gonna mow all my ditches, and I'm gonna be like a good farmer, like not one that has giant ragweed going everywhere. Which I don't know why I was thinking this, because I'm organic too. And if we talked on a podcast or two ago, we talked about how much of a giant ragweed field I had, and so I don't know why I bought this.
But the ditch looked good.
Yeah, I don't know why I bought this sickle mower, and I took it out once, and I was like, I couldn't make my ditch mowing look as good as my neighbors. And so I said, F it. And I threw it back in the shed because I was frustrated. And then I didn't use it for a year and a half. And it literally, like, you know how you see on like Facebook Marketplace where like only used once.
Right.
It's like, who would ever do that? Only used once. I sold a sickle mower like that. Only used once, and threw it in the corner shed and let it sit there for a year. And then I took a $2,000 bath on it.
My biggest problem is I'll never buy anything new. And sometimes I buy stuff that is real cheap, and it's cheap for a reason. And, you know, like when you're watching the bottom line, you kind of got to do that a little bit, right? But, man, sometimes it costs way more to buy junk than just buy something halfway decent.
Yeah. So what was the junky thing that you bought recently?
Recently, I have a addiction to old tractors, and most of them are junk. So
I got to just catch up every 31 I can.
Yeah, you do.
What's the last old tractor you bought?
I don't remember what the last one was. I feed cattle with our Massey 1100 every day, and I repainted that during COVID. That was my COVID project.
And it was gelled up?
It was gelled
all
up.
Week last week, right?
Yeah. I had to put the 4440 on the feed wagon, which is actually, turns out it's kind of nice to feed with a cab on your tractor. I never knew.
You're just getting soft.
I know. It might not ever come off, but I kind of do miss running the old Massey. But it's actually a good tractor, but it needs a little TLC.
We're going to go all the way to 121. Give me a chance.
You're crazy. What do we still have to talk about?
You are just trying to quit talking
I'm
early.
so far ahead right now.
Not after I get done here.
All right. I think so. The score is 79 me. Oh, he keeps. I don't know about that. 73 James right now.
I'm not done counting. I don't have anything here anyway.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I get to count first.
Yeah, this is the last hand. It's got to be. I should have audited that last hand because I think you counted it twice.
No, I didn't. I had 2 5s. I had 2 face cards.
Okay.
And there was 3. That didn't make any difference.
Yeah. All right. What do you? So with the cost of production here is less than the price of corn and beans right now. Mm-hmm. How do you think that's going to affect our friends and us and our family that farms?
How is it going to affect our family?
Do you think they'll be like just tightening up a little bit and be, or I don't know. I don't know what it's going to look like or how long it's going to last like this. So
my wife is not really a big spender anyway, and obviously neither is yours. So I don't think it'll really affect our family life that much.
Well, what about like our neighbors and, like everybody's operation is different.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's going to be like less new pickup trucks around. Mm-hmm. I think there's going to be, I count first, right?
Yeah.
I got to play really good in that.
I only have to get 1 in the count. So,
okay. So I think everyone, I do think people are spending a lot, like they're being a lot more careful on input buying. Like when I talk to the input suppliers, they're talking that like farmers are like taking a longer time making decisions. When I buy Pioneer seed, and he told me that the amount of money on defer pay is like way up. Like he's up like 75%. So that tells me like guys are like trying to stretch out their operating note or like They don't have any extra cash to play with per se. And
there's a government money supposedly coming to the farmers to help bail out, but
end of the month. But really, like we talked about last week, it isn't a lot to make a huge difference.
No.
It's just going to be enough to just kind of live.
Look at this. 22-9 is what?
That's
winner, chicken dinner.
That's the game. So I think they're going to be doing that differently. I don't think, I know implement sales are like, you're just not going to see as much new iron. Now, how will it affect our business? We talked about this during ice fishing. No idea.
Yeah. We're lucky that a lot of the cover crop people are getting cost share. So it seems like it has been pretty steady through the ups and downs in our business. Seems like even when it's kind of a down farm economy, the cover crop numbers are still there.
Yep. And I'm sure in a future podcast, we'll talk about 45Z, which could have huge ramifications for farmers, really help the demand curve of corn, and have a huge boost to our industry. But those rules just aren't clear today yet. And we're just in the infancy of seeing if it'll happen. But I think it's going to be a super interesting year because we've basically been really flat on prices for, almost 2 years now.
Yeah. And inputs just keep going up and up.
Jacking up.
Crazy.
So, well, is that all we got? How we don't like to spend any money?
We don't like to spend money. Hopefully everybody is tightening up as well, I think. Yeah. Because it seems a little unsteady for a while.
So we were at 1 to 2. I had 1-2. You had 1. So now we're all tied.
2-2.
2-2. Next one's the rubber.
Next one is the rubber for all the marbles.
And then we're going to talk about oats on that one.
Talking about oats.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. If you want to criticize Bill for having 2 combines, you can like us on social and stuff and criticize him on Facebook.
I would love to hear your criticism.
Awesome. See you next time.
Like what you heard? Follow us between episodes on Facebook and Instagram at Iowa Cover Crop. Or send us an email and tell us what you really think at info@iacovercrop.com.